All right, today we're jumping into a really beautiful and honestly a pretty profound idea at the heart of Christian faith, the communion of saints. Now, this is a concept that connects believers across time and, yeah, even across death itself. So, what's it really all about?
A spiritual social network. That's a pretty cool way to put it, right? Imagine a community that's not just your friends on an app, but a huge, vast network of people, living, dead, stretching all the way back through history. It's a community that isn't limited by time or even by death. So let's explore how this incredible connection is actually understood. Okay, so let's start with the basics, the fundamentals. What exactly is this communion, and who gets to be a part of this incredible spiritual family? Who's in the club? So the official definition here is, well, it's huge. It's not just about fellowship with the people you see around you, the people who are alive right now. The sources are really clear that this unity includes all believers. We're talking about those on earth, those in heaven, the Virgin Mary, and even the angels. This just totally transforms the idea from a local church community into something truly cosmic. Just to make that crystal clear, you can think of this community as having three main groups. First up, you've got us, the believers living on earth today. Then you have the faithful who have passed on and are now in heaven. And finally, the angels are part of this too. All three groups are considered active, real members of this one, single, unified spiritual family.
That's a really powerful idea. But where did it come from? It's not the kind of thing that just pops up out of nowhere, right? So let's trace the origins of this belief and see how it grew over the centuries.
The word itself actually gives us a massive clue. Communion. It comes from the Latin word communicare, which simply means to share. So at its very core, the communion of saints is all about sharing. Sharing a common faith, a common spiritual life.
You can actually trace the journey of this idea. It all starts with Jesus' command to love your neighbor. That's the seed, the absolute foundation for unity. From there, the early church fathers started to really build on it in their writings. But a huge pivotal moment came in 325 AD at the Council of Nicaea. See, by affirming that Christ was divine, the council established that the connection believers have through him is a divine one, a supernatural bond. And if it's supernatural, well, it could logically extend beyond the physical world. That right there created the formal theological framework for this entire doctrine.
So we've covered the what and the when. Now let's get into the why. What are the core theological beliefs that hold this whole powerful idea together? What's the foundation it's built on?
Okay, the central pillar is this incredibly powerful metaphor. The church as the body of Christ. Now this means the whole community of believers is seen as one single living organism, and Christ is its head. So this isn't just a social club. It really implies that what happens to one member actually affects the entire body. Building right on top of that, the second pillar is this horizontal connection, the one between all the members. This shared faith creates a bond so strong that it transcends life and death, uniting absolutely everyone in a common relationship with God. It's a connection that is both deeply personal and totally collective at the same time.
In the third pillar? Well, this is the one that really holds the whole thing together. It's the doctrine of the incarnation, the belief that Christ was both fully human and fully divine. That dual nature is seen as the ultimate bridge. It's what connects heaven and earth, making this all-encompassing, incredible communion even possible.
So that's the theology behind it. But how does this kind of abstract idea actually translate into the real world? Let's take a look at how this belief is actually put into practice.
And that's a super important question, isn't it? If you truly believe you're part of this vast spiritual network, how does that actually shape your actions in your day-to-day life? What does it look like? The sources point to three key practices. First, in worship, the Eucharist is seen as this incredibly powerful moment that literally unites all believers, past and present. Second, prayer becomes this kind of two-way street where believers pray for each other and they also ask the saints for intercession. And third, through veneration, believers honor those who have died in faith, looking to them as models, as guides, and as helpers. Finally, let's get to the so what question. Why does this ancient doctrine still matter today? What's its impact on individuals and on the wider community? This concept has a really powerful dual impact. On a personal level, it inspires holiness. Knowing you're part of such a vast community of faith can be a huge motivator to live a better life. And then externally, it drives social justice, because when you see every other believer as part of your family, it really encourages charity and action to help others. This quote from the source material really gets to the theological heart of it. It reframes God's love. It's not just an individual experience between you and God, but a communal one that embraces absolutely everyone who is united in faith.
And that leaves us with a pretty powerful question to reflect on. If we really, truly believe that our community transcends not just distance, but death itself, how might that change the way we live our lives today? It's a profound thought to consider. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.